Hey everybody, it's Stephanie. I am going to show you all a few things today that I've been working on. I know I've been doing a lot of, or not a lot of, but I've done some haul videos, and prior to that I did some dumpster diving videos. I had a flea market booth for a while, and so a lot of the things that I got from dumpster diving I sold. And I actually am out of that business now, so I haven't been doing a whole lot of dumpster diving. But I kind of wanted to show you all the reason why I do some haul videos. I don't scrapbook, and I know I've mentioned that a couple of times, but I do make cards, and I'm just going to show you all a few of the cards I make. If anyone is interested in the dimensions of the card set, or any kind of how-to, anything like that, I will be happy to either do another video, or you can PM me and I can leave you dimensions or whatever. I'm actually thinking about maybe starting not a series. I'm not all fancy like that, but maybe starting to make a few cards on camera just to show. I don't typically stick with patterns. I usually kind of get an idea in my head and then I make them on the fly. So some of the things I do, you're going to go, well, I've never seen that before. Well, that's probably because nobody did it before, because it's just something that I come up with. Some people may like the idea, some people may not. Like I said, and I do have some stamping books or some card books where I can get ideas. I have some pocket pages, I think they're called, where it's you kind of have a patternish idea, and then you kind of fill in with your own colors and your own embellishments, kind of thing. But typically I do my own thing. So I'm just going to show you all a few cards that I've made. Some of these I've made recently. Some of them are a little older, so they might be a little bit more worn, I guess I should say. And then, I guess I'll kind of judge by comments if it's something that somebody says, oh, well, yeah, that's cool, we'd like to know how you did that. Then I'll know I can either leave dimensions, or I can actually do a short little card making video. I'm not big on measuring origami folds and do all that. I really like stamping. I really like the Kiwi Lane-ish kind of cards. I like honey pop designs. I stamp a lot. I do have my favorite papers, but anyways, I'll just show you some things, and we'll just see from there. The first card I'm going to show you all, I'm going to try to do this. I don't know how easy. I was trying to get some light in here, some natural light, because my lighting always seems so terrible. And I'm also using my tablet today instead of my phone or my camera to see if that makes a difference. This is just a cute little kind of a tag / insert. It's not really a card. It's something that I would probably put in a card, or put in a gift bag, or put in a lunchbox or something like that. But basically you just pull the little paper clip, and it opens up, and it gives you, let's see if this will focus well, just gives you several little surfaces to write little notes, little inspirational notes. I use a lot of, like I said, I do have my favorite paper. I think this paper is actually K & Company. I'm not sure if it's Susan Wingate. I'm not sure who the designer is. But anyways, this is just a little card that you can write little messages on. And then it folds back up. I've got some ribbon and some brads here. And just put your little clip on it. So that's the first one. And I'll just kind of go through these as quickly as possible because I don't want to make this video long. This is another tag insert. And if anybody's interested in the paper, some of these I know what the paper pad or where the paper came from, so I can, if there's a certain paper that you say, oh, I really like that paper, what is that? I'll be able to tell you. I know that this was from a Mariposa stack. I think, I want to say DCWV, but I'm not for sure. But basically, I didn't do too much to this other than cut out the card. I cut out the paper with the already design on it. I added some brown and pink ribbon and then a little embellishment. I inked it with some Ranger Distress ink all around the sides. On the back, I used a couple of different punches to make borders. I added a little cutout. Actually, it wasn't a die cut. It was just something that I cut from that same pad, inked it, and then I took some already pre-printed vellum and put this little saying. And this would be like just to stick inside a little card or, again, a gift or, whatever. And then you can write your little message on here. This is a card. This is one of my on-the-fly cards. I did not have a pattern for this. So I took a particular set of paper. This all came from the same paper grouping. And I think with this I didn't tear. I actually cut it with scissors and inked it again with the Ranger's Distress ink. Most of the time I use the Ranger's Distress ink to ink my edges if I'm going to ink them. I added a little ribbon here, and I added this stamp. If I can remember the stamp set, I'll try to tell you. I have a lot of stamps, and I don't always remember. I want to say that this was, I think it was like a Studio G or a Studio 112 stamp. And usually I don't do a whole lot with the insides. Occasionally I will, but I typically make the outside the decorative and leave the insides for, writing. So there was that one. I'm doing this one-handed. This was just a real simple get well card. Oh, and you will notice on here as well, I do make my own envelopes. I have the envelope punch maker, and I do make all my own envelopes almost 100% of the time. The only exception is if I'm using one of the David Totera card sets, which I do have several of those, and they have their envelopes already made. And if I use one of those, I usually just kind of decorate it to go along with the theme of the card. So this is a cute little stamp set, and I cannot remember the name of this stamp set. Again, if you have any questions, just leave a comment, and I will look any information up that you might have. So that was the inside, or the outside, excuse me. Inside just says get well soon. I did stamp on pre-dotted paper. Usually I would only stamp on just solid white or a solid color, but I thought that was cute just to stay with the theme of the dots. So I did that. This is just a really simple get well card. I actually just made this get well card out of kind of scraps. And also, a lot of times I will make cards out of not a solid piece, but rather a pattern piece, and then add solids to the forefront or to the front of the card. So this was just a really simple card. I used with a turquoise and gold theme, and believe it or not, I did not have a stamp that said this. I cut this out of a magazine, and then I inked over it with an ink pen. And I cut some ribbon out, tied the ribbon and tied my ribbon down, excuse me, and then inside it just says get well soon. So really simple, and had a simple card envelope. This was using a Honey Pop set. I have several of those, and I don't use them as much as I would like. The little girl is also from the Honey Pop set. I colored this with colored pencils. I kind of wish I'd done it with markers instead, because I don't think it really shows as well. but it just says if friends were flowers, I'd pick you. And then there's your little honey pot flower. And I did do some like stitching with a white pin around this. And then I did some little curly cues with a white pin behind the little girl. And then I made the envelope for that. This was super simple. Oh, let me show you this. When I make my envelopes to close them, I know there is a glue that you can make to apply to these. I always use the 1/4 inch Thermoweb tape. It's real simple to adhere on there, and then if you're giving it or if you're sending it either way, you just peel that off and it seals the envelope up. I do go for a lot of simple cards, especially if I'm making a set for someone, or if it's just, you know, kind of a card on the fly. You find out it's somebody's birthday today, and, you know, if it's somebody maybe you're not really close to and you just want to make a really easy fly card. This particular case, I just took a regular white card. I think I'm not real good with the measurements. I want to say 4 by 6 maybe is the size. And then I had some, I think they were Paper Studio smiley faces. And then I just punched a circle and I had a stamp that said smile big. I added a little bit of border to the edge there. And then there was my, it's your birthday. So that was just a really simple on the fly birthday card. Here's another really simple, it's on the fly birthday card, using a hat die cut and some stamping, solid yellow cardstock, added some coordinating paper, bright colorful. On the inside, just put a sticker on one side, stamped Celebrate on the other, and that was it. I distress inked it. And that was just a really simple card with a matching envelope. This card was actually repurposed. It was kind of funny because this was a card that I did a long time ago, and I've held on to it because I really liked it. It was a totally different card base, the front of it, and I didn't like it, and but I liked the paper. So I took everything off that I could, but I couldn't get the rickrack off, so I left that on there. Added some embellishments, did some distress inking here, added a little metal butterfly. I'm not sure if that's copper, aluminum, or what it is. Used a punch to make some flowers, and then I just ran some paper through my crimper, folded it up, ran it through the crimper, cut it out in the shape of leaves. Really super simple. Added a couple of journaling cards, some paper, and then I thought this was really neat. I found this picture. I do have a lot of ephemera, a lot of old-timey pictures that I use pretty much anywhere I can, because I like vintage, retro kind of things. But I found this picture in a magazine of this girl, and I don't know, just something about it. I fell in love. And then I found this paper, and I don't know if you can see this, but in the paper it says, about halfway down, I thought that was a real pretty picture you sent me. It was so natural. So I kind of tucked that picture behind there so it kind of looks like that was an original. And then this thank you, this little square actually came out of a magazine again, and I stamped on it. Your kindness means a lot to me. And I just added some more paper there and corner cut and distressed. So that was kind of how that card turned out. I just like that card. This was a birthday card that I did. This is a pretty popular pad of paper. I think it's crepe paper. Makes this stack. And I see this everywhere. I see people doing it on videos. I see it, I think, in every craft store I go to, this paper is in there. It's a very vintagey, popular pad. So I just attached this little balloon and stamped happy birthday. And then on the inside I did a coordinating journal card. to write your message there. And then I had this little card that I cut down to size and just says, may the most you wish for be the least you get. Really simple, super simple birthday card. And the envelope is matching paper, of course. So there was that stack. The only other thing I'm going to show you, I did see this. This is a very, very super simple fold. I said I don't get into origami folds, and I don't. But I saw this fold at a Michael's store on a bulletin board, and I actually took a picture of it, and I thought it was super cute. It's just a very, very simple way just to do a cute card fold. Let's see if I can get this pulled far enough away that you can kind of get the idea. And so what it is, it's you go 1 inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, 3 inches, 3 inches. Super, super simple. And again, I'm using some K & Company borders and some K & Company paper. That K & Company is probably my favorite manufacturer of paper. I do have others I like though. And so actually I was sending this to a friend, so you see I've already stamped and signed it. And the K & Company flower, this flower actually didn't have any glitter. I just took one of the Sakura glitter pens and outlined it just to give it a little pizzazz there. But that's an idea that you can do. Super easy, super cute for a really cute, you know, standalone card. I added a little jewel to that little flower there, but that was super easy. And then I'm putting my little pin on, and I actually put a tag on here. Just you might think, oh, well, that's, you know, everybody should know to pull the tag, but you know, when you're sending something in a box, because I'm actually sending her some other things, you know, I just wanted to make it clear. So that's why I did that. I'm going to take that and put that elsewhere. And this was a very, very simple birthday card that I made. Super simple. And I did see another card very similar to this one, and that's where I got the idea for this one, but you just can't get any simpler really than this. I just took some double-sided cardstock. The outside was the blue or blue-green, and the inside was black. I added a small piece of cardstock paper that already had clouds on it. I think these embellishments were Recollections brand, already made up. I just added a little journaling card and some washi with cupcakes, and the journaling card has cupcake, and it says birthdays are nature's way of telling us to eat more cake. So super simple. Added a little balloon embellishment to the envelope, and then another little just curly on the other envelope. I did make this envelope, so that was another one. This card was kind of a mistake, and I remade it. So because what I did at first, and I can't even remember now what I did do with it, but whatever it was that I did at first didn't turn out right. But I just took a piece of white cardstock. I know I hear a lot of people talking about, I think it's Stampin' Up's Whisper White cardstock, or a lot of people have their favorite brand of cardstock, especially white cardstock. I don't, and you know, I've only been making cards not even quite a couple of years, so, and I can't really, I'm not calling myself a designer by any long shot, so I'm not to the point where I have really favorite cardstock. I do have favorite paper designers, but I think this cardstock is probably Michael's, because I usually get most of my cardstock at Michael's. But this is a super, super simple card. I took a white cardstock, and then you can't hardly see it, but I took a paper pad that just had very, very light yellow grid. And then I took vellum, and I've kind of used vellum tape to glue that down, but I took pink polka dot vellum, put it on top. I like the little very faint yellow showing through. I took a Martha Stewart punch and punched a little strip out it wasn't a double-sided punch, but I took the punch and I flipped it. And then I just took a clear glitter pen and added just a little bit of shine. This, I want to say, is a Smash journaling card. Again, if anybody's interested, I can certainly look any of this up. And then I added a little bit of a border embellishment. And then I added a clear sticker that just said happy birthday. Super, super simple card. And another journaling card, and it's to celebrate. And then, of course, I try to get my envelopes to match as much as possible. So there was that one. This was a simple Thinking of You card. This paper pad, excuse me, is a Hobby Lobby paper pad. I think it is Paper Studio. And I didn't do anything to it. It was just beautiful. It was a vintage paper pad, and I have the paper pad if anybody wants to know what it is. And then this little butterfly I got actually at Michael's. I did emboss with some navy blue embossing powder. And then on the inside, just a very simple, so you can write your message, another piece of the paper from the paper pad, and then a simple piece of blue. And I did some decorative corner punches, and I edged it in blue ink. And I don't remember if that was a distress ink. Most of the time I do use this distress ink, but not 100% of the time. And then for the envelope, just stamped another little heart and a little doodad on the back. This one was even simpler. I did almost nothing to this card. It's just a little hello friend card, just a real cute little note that you would send to a friend to say hello. And the paper was intact. It came with all the glitter and pizzazz. I took a red card for my border card, and then I took a piece of yellow paper actually from the same stack that this came from. I took a hello stamp. I think I got it from Studio G from Joann's. And then this is actually, excuse me, just two different paper punches. There's a little flower in the background and then the little sunburst. And then I took an enamel dot and put it on the top. I don't have anything on the inside. I thought I would leave the inside free to write a little message with. And a little arrow from the same paper pad. And then I stamped a red banner and added a little bit of glitter just to match. Super, super simple card. This is a baby card. These are just some, like I said, some cards that I'd made recently for a boy, a friend who had a boy. And I put a little charm. It says it's a boy, and then I add a little charm that says to love and to cherish. And I think I got this paper. Actually, it's just a simple cardstock, and then I got the paper, I believe, at Hobby Lobby in one of their like general cardstock packs. And then on the inside, I just added a clear sticker with baby shoes, did oval cuts, and another stamp, and colored in the stamp the same colors. So super simple. The back, I just added a little blue ribbon. Again, all the envelopes I do make, and I try to coordinate them. This was for a friend that's having a girl, and I took, again, plain white cardstock, added pink checked. It's actually the same paper as the background, added some pink, and used a sticker set this time for a baby. And I added a little bow and some stickers. This is a sticker. It is not a stamp, with a little pink elephant sticker. And then I have a little heart punch. I think I demoed on one of my things, that my videos, where it just cuts a corner and puts a little heart. Super, super simple card. And then just a super simple envelope. And the last one I'm going to show is another very simple card. This was using a David Tutera card set. I like a lot of his card sets because they come with pre-decorated borders, and I've got a couple of sets of his that have the pre-decorated borders. This card, I say a lot, I realize, and I apologize for that. I have to get my thoughts in order. I stamped my image. This is a very popular stamp. I see this stamp everywhere, and other people have demoed it. Very popular stamp, and I think Joann's has it. And I stamped in, I think I did the Ranger medium, embossing medium, and then I took Pebbles chalk, the little chalk daubers, and I basically chalked the image after I stamped, and I cut out a little die cut that said, "You are my sunshine," with a couple little rhinestones. And this is 2 different kinds of paper, and then I stamped my image on white. And then I added a little border of the same kind of paper just to keep the color going. On the inside, I just have a mason jar. I have the outline of a mason jar of a different piece of paper, and then the mason jar, and then stamped Amazing You, and Loving, Kind, and Fearless. And another little cutout here. So, and then on the stamp, I just stamped a little doodad there, and a couple little flowers there. So very, very simple. And like I said, if anyone's interested, I was thinking about maybe doing some really easy, hopefully 10-minute tutorials where I just have everything already cut out and ready to go and lined up, and just show you how I make them. I like to watch other people to see how they make them, and maybe I may not make the same way, but I will make them similar. If anybody's interested in a particular kind of paper that I've used or a particular stamp, just let me know. I do incorporate stickers, stamps, a lot of different papers. I use die cuts, I use journaling cards. I do use embellishments, not a whole lot, but I do use them. I use ribbons occasionally. I have no set pattern that I use. But anyways, so here it is. And, you know, like I said, if anybody's interested, or if this is something, I know there's thousands and thousands and thousands of tutorial videos, so I'm certainly not trying to supersede any of the really good designers out there, or the really good card makers out there. Excuse me, that was my phone. So anyways, that's all, and I hope everyone is having a great day out there, and stay warm and be blessed. Thanks.